belum.
Dah.
Baru tak? Okay.
So we have group 57 as our assignment moment presentation. So my name is Al-Amin and my group mates Ahmad, Zakwan bin Fazli, Zafran Mirza, Hafimah bin Suhaidi. So for the first part, I will be presenting our task one, which is the project proposal. So the objective for the assignment is to create a final project for new project system for Faculty of Computing and Informatics. So the system is a secure web-based platform using to support and enhance the management of final projects for students and academic advisors. So going on to the design. So the application will have the following key modules. First, we will have the admin page, which will view, update, modify, approve, and pending project list. So for your information, the admin page is sort of like the coordinator page, where the user will be able to accept or deny the projects. So you can see they can approve and reject the proposed project based on supervisors and the student. So the next one will be supervisor page, which the supervisor page will view projects, can view information of the supervisee student. So they can view the title, goals, and progress. Can also comment on the progress and also submit the assessment for grading. If the supervisor themselves are eligible for grading, and also the moderator for the grading. So not to mention the supervisor can also submit a proposal. So this is the student page, which is the main page for the student. They can register and view, edit their goals and progress, submit their meeting logs, and also submit their own proposal. So our work system also includes a role-based access control, which ensures each user can only access functionalities relevant to their roles. So this prevents unauthorized access to sensitive features or data. Okay, so going on to the implementation. So for the front end, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript because HTML and CSS are dynamic for creating a front end development page, while JavaScript is for the back end. And also, next is the backend development, the PHP. The backend system will be powered by PHP. Responsible for managing form of submission, processing data, and smooth interaction with the database. So for the database part, we just using the MySQL, which MySQL will serve as the database management system, as it is effective in storing and optimizing the data for administrative stuff and product categories. So for the development environment, we use the Z tool as it has a local development environment providing an integrated platform with an Apache web server and MySQL database for efficient application testing and deployment. So moving on to our proposed hardware and software. The programming language and database design, we use the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the front-end development, providing a well-structured, visually appealing, and interactive user interface. While as for the backend, like we said earlier, PHP and the database for the database serve as the database management system, efficiently storing and securing data related to users, the database meeting, emails, announcement, and also related to the student, admins, or supervisors. So moving on to the system design and database. So here's our Java diagram. As you can see, I can zoom in because it's quite detailed. So we're going to our system design. You can check this out later. So we are planning to include these four security measures. One is the access control, two is caching, three is audit trails, and last one is backup and recovery. So for the design, here are the tables I include in the database. First, we have user table. This table contains essential information for all users on the platform. Audit log. This table logs all activities by users, providing a record of access for security and audit purposes. And proposal table. This table stores details of project proposals submitted by the student. An assessment table. This table contains records of all assessment related to student projects. Next is the event table, where this table is for the admins to post whether it's for meeting submissions or relevant events for posting. Go in progress for supervisors and students. Meeting logs also for supervisors and students. Meeting record, as it's also known, it's for supervisors and students. And lastly, the announcement table. This table is used to broadcast important updates for the application users. So here are our database creation. As you can see, this is the announcement table, assessment table, audit log, events, goals and progress, meeting logs, meeting records, proposal, user. Okay, so the next application creation at this day. So for this part, I will be deploying it at our Zen network. So first we have to enter the URL for our web page. So first this is the login page, and the user ID will receive from the database as we take from users actually. User for student is Charlie student, and as you can see the password is already hashed. And as we go to the student table, we take the student ID, which is 1001. Password is already created. So here's the login part. As you can see, Charlie 1001 student has the function to view approved projects, rejected projects, meeting management, post progress, also proposals, and it can also be the announcement related to the admins who posted. Okay. So moving on. For the sign up part, student must fill in the important information. For example, let's give a name, and password. For example, Al-Amin 123. The email, for example, and phone number. And also it has a tick of consent. This is the consent in the timing process. So when it's registered, it gives you the ID. And since you have successfully registered your account, and it says 1003 for password. If you sorry, it is okay. So as you can see in the database for the user part, a new user has been added and the password is already hashed. So this means we have a solid password hashing, as well as log out successfully. In our activity log table, you can see that the whole activity of the website. You can see if I refresh it, it should say Charlie has logged out at the time. And also the activity using Charlie logged in at time. This time. Okay, I think that's all for the web page design. So for the next part, we'll be continuing on with the threat modeling. I'll pass this part to my friend Zarfan.
Hi, Phil. My name is Arfan, and I'll be presenting the threat modeling. So first one, as you can see, it's the threat modeling. Each category, spoofing S, tampering P, repudiation R, information disclosure I, denial of service D, elevation of privilege E. And then potential threats for all, for category F, malicious actors could have the intention to steal credentials and impersonate students or supervisors. And then for T, unauthorized edits to grades or project proposals that might benefit or harm the students, and then upload malicious files in the system. And for R, unauthorized modifications is deniable action. And for I, malicious actors can do SQL injection that will expose students' personal information. And then for D, flooding the login page might cause the server to crash. And then lastly, for E, elimination of privilege, potential threats are SQL injection, grant unauthorized database access, and also student gain admin access. And then moving on to the threat modeling. Amin? Oh, okay. For the threat modeling, for spoofing, the average threat rating is 6.8, and then mitigation techniques are multi-factor authentication, use HTTPS, and also strong password policy. And for tampering, threat rating 7.6. Mitigation techniques are file validation as well as parameter, parameterized queries. And then for reproduction, threat rating 5.8. Mitigation, accountability features, also enhanced logging mechanism. And then for information disclosure, threat rating 7.8. Mitigation techniques are encrypt sensitive data, and then RBAC to limit data access, as well as regular security testing. And then for denial of service, the threat rating is 7.0. Mitigation technique, rate limiting, as well as DDoS protection. And then lastly, elevation of privilege, threat rating 7.0. Mitigation, least privilege principles, and lastly, strict RBAC. That's all from me. I'll pass it to Zakwan for task 4.
Hello, my name is Zakwan. PDPA 2010 categorized personnel into three main categories, which are data users, data processors, and data subjects. As you can see from table A, we have categorized for personnel role to their PDPA category. For students, it is data subjects, supervisors and admin goes to data users, and system developers will go to data processors. For table B, for table B, um, so for our application, our data is used strictly for academic related processes, which correspond to the PDPA principle for disclosure and purpose limitation. It has a fine up to 300,000 ringgit and or imprisonment up to 2 years. For security principle of PDPA, we have implement password hashing, audit trails, and backups. And the fine for non-compliance is up to 500,000 ringgit or 3 years imprisonment. For the access principle, we use RBAC with loggings and restrictions. And lastly, for disclosure principle, we have no third-party sharing without consent. So the PDPA 2010 ensures responsible data handling by requiring clear user consent, transparent data use, and strong security controls. It enables a person to access and rectify the data in the FYP system. Student details like user credentials and assessment of their performance are protected through a process called password hashing, the presence of audit logs, control access, and regular backups that promise privacy but also maintain system integrity. Yeah, that's all from me.
So I'll be taking on for the final task, which is task 5, security measures and implementation. So first we implement hashing, as you can see from the database that I provided earlier. This enhances the security as the data such as user passwords will be hashed using a secure algorithm before being stored in the database. Next is the access control. I didn't show this earlier, but you can see from the access, if I try to access an admin point, I'll show you right now. If I try to access the assessment form from the login page, it says please log in. Gives an error before I can access it, which means a normal user cannot enter the admin part, and also For the student can access the admin, and admin also can access student, and vice versa for all the users in the web server. So next is the outlet log, and you see the outlet log records all the actions of the users in the web server. And finally, the backup and recovery. The regular backups will be carried out to protect all information data, all platform data, including user profiles, relationship data. This is common, but so basically, backup plays a crucial role in maintaining the integrity of data-related students and supervisors, enabling the system to recover swiftly from failures. In the event of unexpected incidents, like a server crash, the platform can be restored using the most recent backup, ensure no critical data is lost and the system remains fully operational. So I guess that's all from us for week 7. Thank you, Mr. for your time, and that's all from us. Thank you.